Hi everyone, it's really nice to see you all, at least in person on campus. This is one of the first times I've been on campus this year, and I know that'll be the same for a lot of you. I'm really thankful to have been your Vice President Education this year, although it's been a really weird year. There's been so many challenges for everyone, and I'm so proud of the way that the student community's handled it. There's been things like not being able to see your family, having to sit assessments from home, struggling with different connection problems, and just living through a pandemic. So first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to everyone who's made it regardless, and I'm so proud to have been your Vice President Education and guide you through this year. This year we launched the Strath Reps project, and it certainly wasn't easy or without its challenges, and I know that was felt by some of the student community as well, but in the end we got there and we had an increase of over 150 reps, taking us to a total of over 600 student academic representatives. This was no mean feat for anyone involved, and certainly it was something new for all the reps to adjust to working online and still managing to represent your students accurately without actually seeing them or interacting with them. We also launched postgraduate research representative roles for each faculty, and those will be getting posted again, but we thought it was really important that we included postgraduates in our representation, particularly the PGR community who have been historically underrepresented. This was something I was really keen to work on from the beginning, and I was really happy to have the support of the Doctoral Researchers Group to do this and Strath Union. So hopefully next year, once we have our PGR reps elected in place in the union, we'll see those changes in PGR representation, and those students will feel much more part of the Strathclyde community. Since I was elected as a class rep in 2017, I always believed that lecture recordings should be available to students for a variety of reasons, such as being parents, carers, having part-time or full-time employment on the side of studying, and just for many accessibility reasons. This is something that came to life this year and was achieved partially by the pandemic. But since we achieved this, I was really focused on trying to make sure that was a sustained achievement and we weren't going to lose the inclusivity we got this year because of COVID. And I think now that we have lecture recordings, they're here to stay, and I think that'll be great news to many of the students on campus. It's really going to change the way that students attend university and interact with their studies, and I think that's such a positive improvement for the student community. I had conversations with executive team members from the university, and they had assured me that lecture recordings will be staying and that in the future we will be working towards a much more blended model of learning, which I think is going to kind of open the gates to Strathclyde to so many different communities that were marginalised before. We also are looking on campus at addressing a couple of spaces and how we can improve them to make them much more suitable for this kind of flexible, blended learning, and ways that we can really make the campus work better for you. So we'll have more spaces that students can drop into to do group work, not just in the library, perhaps in more social spaces, like the new union, where you'll be able to get some food as well. So I think that's really positive, and students are going to be able to work in a much more kind of casual way and build those student connections that we might have missed this year. As a care experience student, I've always been really interested in improving student life for care experienced students, and across the years as a faculty rep and as your VP Education, I have been on the Strathclyde Cares Committee, helping influence the decisions we make to make life easier and better for those students at Strathclyde. I've also done a little bit of work this year which I'm really proud with, and has probably been the most rewarding work that I've done, working with Who Cares Scotland and Drive Forward Foundation, both of which are care experience charities which are fighting for the improvement of care experienced students' lives and just care experienced people in the community. We've done a lot of work on stuff like decriminalisation, improvement education, and just really making sure that care leavers are getting the correct support that they deserve. Last year I was the president of the care experience community, but this year there really wasn't enough time for that. But going forward, I'm really excited to work with our access coordinator to make sure that the Strathclyde Care Experienced and Estranged Student societies up and running full again, and we're going to have a few summer events which I think will be really useful. This is probably going to be my main focus as I return to being a student. I'm really excited about this work and I care a lot about the Care Experienced community and the Estranged community, and I think there's just so many improvements waiting to be made that it would be a waste not to spend a bit of my personal time on this next year. So keep your eyes peeled for any of that, and if there's any work that you're interested in that I'm doing, then please do get in touch. Even though I won't be your VP Education, I'm still going to be very involved in that work, and I'm keen to hear from any students who have any ideas about that.